So, hello and welcome to Let's Talk SEO. One of the things you might have noticed, and I've also talked about this many times, is the great divide between clicks and impressions. And you'll see this on just about every website except for local business websites. So, even though AI might have created that gap between clicks and impressions, means you get more impressions than ever before, but fewer clicks than ever before because AI is providing all the answers, that is not the case with local search. So with local search, not a lot has changed. A lot has remained the same. In fact, local search has, if anything, improved, at least on Google. Now, in this video, I'm not going to go ahead and talk about local search. I'm going to talk about how you can take advantage of this weakness in LLMs to optimize your business by taking advantage of how Google looks at local search. Okay, so by understanding how local search works and how the LLMs work and why they're not able to cater to local businesses, and how you can use this to your advantage to rank your website, even if you're a national business, you can take advantage of this, which is something that I'll go into in this video. So guys, if you like the video, feel free to like and subscribe. Also, if you're looking for someone to do SEO for you, there's a link in the description to a Google form, fill out the form, and I'll get in touch with you. Or there's also my website, so you can buy my audit service directly from my website or my topical mapping service directly from my website, or even leave me a message directly via my website, and I make it a point to get in touch with anyone that leaves me a message. So back to local search. So the first thing about local search is whether you're using Perplexity, ChatGPT, Claude, or whatever, they're not great at providing you with good local search results. Just do a search on ChatGPT, ask for the best local plumber near me, or the best pizza near me, or maybe even the best foundation repair service near me, and you will get results from just about every place than what is near you. And the reason for that is that and the reason for that is ChatGPT, Perplexity don't really see your real IP address unless you give it to them. They don't really see where you're located unless you give it to them. And for that, they would also need the IP addresses and the location addresses of the businesses near you, all of which the data of which is not available to them, which is why when you do a local search like that or with a search intent like that, it does not provide you with an answer that Google would. So Google will provide you a list of local businesses, local plumbers, local pizza shops, and you can call the pizza shop and maybe get in touch with them, get your order your pizza. But with ChatGPT, that is not possible. That's the first reason why ChatGPT LLMs are not going to take over local business search, and your local business, you're safe. Right. And the second reason being that local awareness. So by local awareness, I mean ChatGPT, as I mentioned earlier, is not really familiar with where you are located. It doesn't even know like what your gender is. It doesn't even know what kind of search profile you has. This is a profile that Google builds on you, but Google's AI overviews is not really aware of that. And so because it's not aware of where you live, how far you are from the nearest gas station, or where you are on the map in relation to all the other businesses, it cannot really provide you with a great answer. And so all you get are generic answers that don't really answer the question when you have a local business query. And that's where like understanding how this works can be used to your advantage, which I'll get into shortly. Right. So local search also involves local intent. So if I search for a barber near me, my intention is to go and get my haircut, but I might be new in the area and not know anyone. So I'm expecting that the nearest barbers will pop up and I'll give them a call, book an appointment, and go through them. But with ChatGPT, obviously that's not available because ChatGPT or Perplexity doesn't know where I am on the map. All right. And so it cannot provide me with that answer. But then the other weakness is it also doesn't know the intent, or it doesn't understand the intent. It can't meet the intent because the intent for me is to call the barber and book an appointment. ChatGPT can't really do that for me. Yes, an LLM can do it for me. If I give them a phone number, they'd probably call and book an appointment for me. But generally speaking, if I'm using ChatGPT, it does not allow me to call the local business and get an appointment. Whereas the whole intention of a local business is not to give the answer about like what the local business does, is to find the local business and then call them and book an appointment. This is something again that ChatGPT or LLMs in general, these LLM search engines can't do yet. Then the final problem is that ChatGPT and local LLMs depend on local data. Okay, so even though you might be using the local version of your LLM, which is in your language, like ChatGPT is now available in multiple languages, it's still drawing from data like from Yelp. It's still drawing data from Google My Business. It's still drawing data from Google Maps. And so that is a limitation because that is something that you can already get from Google. So it literally just copies and pastes data directly from Google's local search. So again, it doesn't provide any real value, which is why at the end of the day, even if someone sees your business on ChatGPT, you still get that click. If they see it on LLMs, like Perplexity even, you still get that click to your website because this is a person that wants to send you a message or give you a call, so you'll still get that call. So how can you use this to your advantage if you're a national business? How can you use the data that I just gave you for your national business? So number one is like create a persona of your target audience. So who is your target audience and what's the ideal step that they would want to take to get in touch with your business? If the ideal step that they want to take is like call you up, then a local LLM cannot eat through your business. And what you can do is like you can position that in multiple different ways so that whenever someone is doing a search for your service, they will find it, they will find your phone number, and they will even find it on ChatGPT. So in one instance, I have a client that when someone searches on ChatGPT for the best X, ChatGPT recommends their business, and so that has increased their business by several folds because ChatGPT is just recommending their business. And the reason why is because we positioned it based on the persona of the customer. So the persona of the customer is that they want to get in touch with someone. And if that's your business model, that would be a great business model to use to your advantage because then you can market it or you can do the SEO as a local business while at the same time being a national business. And this is a little more complex, but this is one of the things that you can take advantage of. The next thing you can take advantage of is your own expertise. So if you're a one-person business, like if you provide foundation repair, you might be the only person in Minnesota, for instance, that has been providing foundation repair for 35 years. So if you create the emphasis around that, and even if you have, business, you have you provide this nationwide, for instance, you can use that to market yourself nationwide, and you will not only show up in local search in Minnesota, but if someone in New York searches for best foundation repair, the most experience, you will still come up. So again, you need to create that persona or the customer persona and then target your SEO and your marketing and your on page accordingly. And that will help you not only rank great in local search and national search, but it will also help you rank great in LLMs, which at the end of the day, let's be clear, like you have to rank in LLMs, you have to show up at LLMs because 70% of people that are using ChatGPT or Perplexity are using it to get information. And so if you can show up in front of them, that is a gold mine because these LLMs quite literally recommend your business. So I hope you found value in this video. Like, subscribe as always, leave a comment below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Happy ranking.